Welcome back. You're watching The Sports Source. This segment of our program brought to you by Medic Regional Blood Center. Right now, your neighbors need your help, folks. Nearly 36 area hospitals count on Medic Regional Blood Center for their blood needs. And Medic, right now, needs O-positive and O-negative donors. It takes about 45 minutes, that's all, and you never know whose life you could save. Give blood, folks. Give a call or drop by the website of Medic Regional Blood Center. It is easy to do. I've done it myself. Give the gift of life to a neighbor here in East Tennessee. Okay, I'm going to throw out a what if that Jimmy and I and the rest of last week's panel were talking about off air. Fascinating. What if Butch Jones could have redshirted Josh Dobbs' freshman year? If guys don't get hurt in front of him, you don't have to go to Dobbs. What if he could have redshirted Dobbs his first year, and then that means Dobbs would have played in 2017? So you probably don't go 4-8 or anything close to it. And then the guy that Butch Jones had lined up is a Heisman candidate at Nebraska this year, Adrian Martinez, was a commitment to Tennessee. What if you could have held on to Dobbs that first year and kept him on the shelf? Now, again, you don't know if that's good or bad long term, but you probably, Butch Jones survives his 5th year and then walks into Adrian Martinez last year.
That's a pretty good what if.
That's huge.
Yeah, that is big. And I think Martinez is terrific. I think he's a really good. I've already seen him on some Heisman Trophy preseason list among the top 10 or 12.
Yeah, it's funny. He missed on Trevor Lawrence, but was going to get the other guy who's going to wind up as the same class, is going to wind up as a Heisman candidate. Another one along those lines. What if Lane Kiffin doesn't run off Taj Boyd and Bryce Petty, but especially Taj Boyd, who grew up a UT fan, is still a Tennessee fan. I know somebody that knows him from Clemson who says he still comes to games. Huge Tennessee fan, even after they shoved him aside. What if Taj Boyd signs with Lane Kiffin? And then you've got Derek Dooley has him. I don't know. Thoughts? Thought it was interesting.
Well, I thought Tyler Bray was a pretty good college quarterback, so I don't know what Taj Boyd could have.
Let's do it the Bray action.
Are you
I
saying
would take Taj Boyd over
you're saying Taj Boyd might have wanted to beat Kentucky in 2011?
Probably
okay.
would have cared.
I'll give you that one.
And for Kiffin to say Taj Boyd does not fit our system, does not fit what we're trying to do, I go back to get him on campus. I mean, he wants to be here. Get him on campus, see how he does, and then let him go his merry way if it works out that way.
Go ahead.
Jim Chaney at one point looked at film of Taj Boyd afterward and said, "Now, Lane, what did you not like about this guy?"
Right. You know, it's funny, when a coach doesn't work out, you look at Kiffin, didn't work out. He had Taj Boyd, and he didn't take him. With Butch Jones, he had Trevor Lawrence sitting right there, didn't get him. If Adrian Martinez thrives at Nebraska, and if Jeremy Pruitt struggles at Tennessee, that's going to be Jeremy Pruitt's, because Martinez wanted to come here, and Pruitt met with him and his family and didn't win them over. So it's interesting. That'll be one to hang on. Any others we have out there, what ifs of the last 20, 25 years?
I go back to 2001, Tennessee against LSU in the SEC championship game.
Yeah.
LSU's got the quarterback injured, running backs injured. Tennessee led at halftime and let it get away in the second half. Tennessee would have played in the Rose Bowl that year against Miami for the national championship. That would have built up a little bit more equity in former.
And my big if is what if Nick Saban had stayed in the NFL? What if he never comes back to the SEC? Boy, I tell you what, look at how many of those dominoes go tumbling over.
Yep.
What if Duke doesn't come after David Cutcliffe? I mean, you look at Fulmer's record with Cutcliffe and without Cutcliffe. I mean, that's no knock on Fulmer. He's also the smart guy who hired Cutcliffe. You get credit for that. But
you may never see the claw fence.
And that would have been such a loss. No claw fence. We're talking these what ifs. No claw fence. No Sinceri defense. That's terrible. Any other big what ifs that hang out there for you guys?
There were 4 in '98.
And they'll all your way. That's right.
Yeah.
There was a pass interference at Syracuse, the missed field goal by Florida, the Clint Sterner fumble, and then Chris Winkie got hurt and didn't play in the national championship game.
A lot of wit. That again. Back in the day, the breaks used to go Tennessee's way. Now, breaks go against them, and as much as they put on more steam, it hadn't done much good. When we come back, I want to continue this conversation. We're going to have a nice long segment here, last part, because basically the last big one. I love this one. John has a theory that it's like 5 different dominoes all falling in the right direction. We'll talk about that, some positives, and any other what ifs that we might talk about. Tennessee alternative realities. Come on back on the Sports Source.